Electric lines. Electricity is the flow of electrons from one place to another. Electrons can flow through any material, but does so more easily in some than in others. Electricity always finds the path of least resistance to ground. In this case, we see the firefighters extended the boom into the overhead lines. Note the tires and flames from the intense heat. Avoiding overhead lines begins with making sure your work site isn't inviting trouble. Don't place spoils under overhead lines, and when performing prolonged work underneath power lines, you may request that the power companies provide safety line markers, or tattletales. These give you a much better sense of the distance you're required to stay away from the lines with overhead equipment. With its exceptional current carrying capacity, copper is more efficient than any other electrical conductor. Copper is valuable as scrap metal because it can be easily reused to make fiber optics and high-valuable plumbing and electrical parts. Therefore, copper theft remains a serious problem. If you see people cutting down or disturbing power equipment, poles, or lines, and they do not appear to be legitimate line workers, call 911 immediately. You may actually end up saving a life. This line truck suffered a total loss. This happened while pulling a line through a conduit with a rope using a nylon rope that had a metal center core, utilizing the winch on their truck. The line snagged, the rope became taut, and snapped, throwing it backwards into the power lines, ending in this. Thankfully, no one was hurt, but about $600,000 in truck and tools were destroyed. There are millions of miles of cables, conduits, and pipes buried beneath your feet. Here we see a high-power transmission line transitioning from poles to underground. The shovel has a tempered razor edge, capable of slicing through a conduit like a hot knife through butter. A damage from this shovel can easily cause a major outage. In this example, a conduit was hit, affecting schools, homes, churches, and a water treatment plant. Approximately 1 square mile and 1,000 homes out of service. Never assume a power line is abandoned or de-energized. Treat every line as a potential live wire and do not try to cut your way through. This picture shows the result of a saw which was used to try and cut through the line. An arc flash is a phenomenon where a flashover of electric current leaves its intended path and travels through the air from one conductor to another or to ground. The results are often violent, and when a human is in close proximity to the arc flash, serious injuries and even death can occur. Staged tests have shown temperatures greater than 437 degrees Fahrenheit on the neck and hands of a person standing close to an arc blast. The most important takeaways from this presentation are: don't take chances. Verify the marks and conditions before you begin any excavation. Always assume the lines are energized and assume they carry high voltage. In relation to power, the same rules apply for any excavation. Contact 811 before you dig. You must call and wait the required time before beginning your excavation.